to another video on the channel. We're doing another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. Today we're going to be talking about the potential new takeover, £10 billion takeover from Odegaard, billionaire, richest man in Africa. We're going to get into the report that's come out recently. Africa's richest man Aliko Dangote has said he will attempt to purchase Arsenal in 2021. The Nigerian billionaire has been long linked with the move for the Gunners, who are owned by American billionaire Stan Kroenke as part of Kroenke Sports and Entertainment (KSE). He said that it is a team that yes, I would like to buy someday, but what I keep saying is today we have £20 billion worth of projects, and that's what I really want to concentrate on, Dangote told the David Rubenstein Sport. He said that I'm trying to finish building the company, and then after we finish, maybe sometime in 2021 we can. I'm not buying Arsenal right now. I'm buying Arsenal when I finish all these projects, because I'm trying to take the company to the next level. KSE has been criticised by Arsenal supporters in recent times, with the side struggling in the challenge at the top of the Premier League and failing to qualify for the Champions League. So that is a report that Dangote has said about purchasing Arsenal. Now, in recent years, he has shown a lot of interest in purchasing Arsenal, and I think this is a deal that could have some potential in it. Now, obviously, with the impacts of COVID-19, Kroenke is struggling, and he's had to put out a £200 million loan to pay off our stadium as well, to help ease the burden of the COVID-19, impact. And I think this is something that maybe KSE could be interested in attempt doing. Whether we can do it is another question. Now, Odegaard is saying he's going to focus on his other projects before making a move later in 2021. Whether that will be later on, I'm not too sure. And this does link on to my next point, which is going to be about Jack Grealish. But before going on to that, I just want to say this would be amazing for us, because I know how much support Arsenal has in Africa, especially in the likes of Nigeria, Kenya. Big up all those viewers, because I know a lot of them do watch my channel as well. So I think someone like him, a true Arsenal fan, would really help us build our club and put the finances in, do what's required. That's what we've been crying out for. Do what's required in the transfer window to get us challenging again for the Premier League. None of this process sort of thing. Just, do what's required in a window and go challenge, because, I think with a midfielder, a right back and maybe a centre back, we could be challenging up there for the Premier League. I really do think so, especially in this sort of league season. That's why, if we had a better manager, I think we could have done so. So that is the news on Dangote, Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa. £10 billion takeover possibility later in 2021. How much would it cost for him? I'm not too sure. It would be in the region of £5 billion, I do believe. That's half of his value according to Forbes. So it's very interesting to see whether this will happen, or whether this will have any weight on it, whether Kroenke will be interested to sell. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section down below. Would you take this guy, or would you not? Leave it all in the comment section down below. Before we get onto the next report, I just want to say Martin Odegaard, this deal should be announced today. Arsenal's PR is just so mad, isn't it? Because I think if we lost the game against Southampton last night, we would have dropped Odegaard today for the PR. He is training with Arsenal now, contracts all signed. He will become an Arsenal player. So guys, don't worry about that. Odegaard is now an Arsenal player. It's just an announcement now, and hopefully I will make a video when the official announcement is out. So guys, stay tuned for that. But Odegaard is an Arsenal player. Next bit of news is on Jack Grealish, and this is revolving around our summer transfer plans, and this was a little report that was published by AFC Bell. So I'm going to go through the thread right now and let me guys know what you think. So it is understood that Edu has communicated and maintained warm communication channels with the number of goals that the club considers as A/A+ deals in efforts to solve the problem of innovation and creative opportunities. A lot of these efforts are being made to sign a type of player this summer, basically an attacking midfielder. Certainly no guarantees, but that is the trend. A number of factors will be decisive in trying to sign with this type of deal, the most prominent of which will be the availability of financial support, whether from participating in the Champions League or with support from the owner in one form or another. The club is set to close a big deal this summer. In case this not is possible, Odegaard may provide a viable alternative solution on a permanent basis. We do not have names yet. We will claim a conclusive lead in the summer without mentioning a name to you, but AFC Bell are basically saying that Arsenal are preparing for a huge transfer in the summer. And after that report from AFC Bell, a lot of people are saying, and a lot of reports are going around, that the player is Jack Grealish. There were other reports on Jadon Sancho, but I don't really believe them, and I wouldn't take Jadon Sancho at Arsenal, to be honest. I don't really like the player. He's kind of overrated in my opinion. But Jack Grealish, I love the player, and I hope, I swear to God, please get it done, Arsenal. Please, AFC Bell, be saying something good. But I think it will be down to the fact whether we can get Champions League football, whether that is through the Europa League or through, you know, the league. I think the league is still possible, but we'll just have to see what goes on in that perspective. But Jack Grealish, how much would he cost? It would have to be a lot of money. I think we do have a lot of wages obviously coming off the book, around 700, 800 grand a week. If we can get some transfers over the line, we can have more money to spend. Who do we go after? I think Jack Grealish, for me, is the best option we can go with. He is the number one out there. How much would he cost? He would be in excess of 80 to 90 million pounds. Whether we can pull off some sort of deal like that will remain to be seen, and I think a lot of interest will be on Jack Grealish, especially from the likes of Manchester United, possibly even Manchester City and other clubs around Europe, as they prepare to spend. If, you know, this corona, you know, the impact does you know, go down. We've taken a 120 million pound loan as well, so we're going to be paying that off before the summer transfer window. But still, whether we will have money in our reserves, financial support from our owners, whether we do a takeover that would allow us to do these kind of deals, it just remains to be seen. I'm not too sure personally, but we'll just have to see what happens. Again, I hope it does. I think hopefully we do spend big in the summer. I just have a feeling, I said this on Twitter as well, and it's just that this PR thing, in the summer we were told wait till January, in the January it's been spinning, so wait till summer. It's just, oh, come on, just do what's required, whether that's last January, this summer, this January, last summer, next summer. Just get it done, please, and stop just waving it off, because the narrative last summer was wait until January, we're going to overhaul the squad. You can't overhaul a squad in January. We're getting loans and terminating contracts. No big club does big transfers in the January transfer window. The only reason we signed Aubameyang in that window is because we lost our best player in Alexis Sanchez, so we just kind of had to do that. But in the aspects to Jack Grealish, I wish we can get someone of his type of caliber in. We do. I think, you know, we get Jack Grealish in, we'll be transformed. I think in that midfield, especially him next to Thomas Partey, unstoppable. So leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one. This report about AFC Bell saying that we could be going for a big name this summer, and that could be Jack Grealish. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one. Next bit of news revolves around Squadron Mustafi. Now, I did talk about him the other day, and I suggested that, you know, his contract could be terminated as reported by Chris Wheatley via football.london. Now, reports are coming out today, and his father has spoken about a possible move for Squadron Mustafi and about all the sort of reports that are going around. He said that no, it is not true in any way, referring to news of the current termination talks with Arsenal. What is certain that he will leave in the summer. There is nothing to be said and returned in this regard. So that's basically the decision that's been made by his agent, his father. He asked about the player's father whether the termination of the contract was a possible option in the event that Arsenal supposedly told them not to rely on the player for the remainder of the season dues, but Mr. Kogdem Mustafi refused to comment about the situation. Now, with Squadron Mustafi, I said this myself, I wouldn't mind him staying to the end of the season just to provide a bit of experience in case things do go sour in that centre-back position, with Mari having injuries, Gabriel struggling to come back, and with us having to play Thursday, Sunday Europa League games. Mustafi wouldn't be the worst option to put in one of them Europa League games. I would be all for it if that's the case, because I think he can provide us in these Europa League games. He did, you know, in our Europa League run under Unai Emery, so maybe he could this time round. He was probably one of our best centre-backs last season as well, so I have full faith in Mustafi. If he does play, he can perform for us in these last 6 months, so maybe we wouldn't terminate his contract now. I just don't see the point, but even if he goes, I would just say cheerio, bye-bye, because, you know, he's one of them Wenger players that we do really need to let go. If it's this January or in the summer, we'll just have to see what happens. But that is the news on Squadron Mustafi. As his father says, he's not going anywhere. Last bit of news is on Ryan Bertrand. Now, I did report the other day that we have been linked with him and a deal reportedly closed, as Arsenal were contacting his agents over a possible move. Now, the reports coming out today from The Athletic are suggesting that he's close to signing a new deal with Southampton, and talks are rapidly progressing in that regard. He didn't play for them the other night against us because he was suspended, but talks are ongoing with Southampton to conclude a deal for him. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of bringing Ryan Bertrand in, especially when Cedric played so well, but we just have to see what happens with that left back position. I'd rather bring in someone like Mitchell or even a Marvi, so we'll just have to see what happens with that one. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you bring in Bertrand or not, or another left back that like a Marvi or even Mitchell from Crystal Palace? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.